Previously, on Chosen Ones, after his visit to the Hall of Fame, Brandy tries to go to the keep by himself to inquire about the information he learned there, but is unsuccessful. He quickly returns to the hotel after hearing strange singing out on the docks and seeing tales in the water. The next morning, the group goes to the local Twinkle of Twilight church to try and gain favor from the gods. Brandy and Theo pray to Dara for her assistance in getting to the keep, and Brandy also prays to the Magic Man in hopes of being able to speak with him again soon. Shui prays to Winona as Aviath tries to discreetly pray to Claytor, despite being warned against it, since the Twinkle of Twilight isn't his church. Afterwards, they decide to go to the jail to talk to Dashi before the trial in a few days. Their conversation with her reveals that she's been accused of murdering Fisk Shellwood, a child whose family had been plotting to kill the king. Supposedly she pushed him into the sea when the orders had been to capture him, and Brandy's insight checks reveal her to be lying quite a lot about the details of the event. They leave, and Brandy takes the group with him this time to summon Nather, his prayers being answered as the god appears to take them to the keep.
Just wanna be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Count 'em like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
So you guys are currently in front of the ocean. Nather has just kind of come down from the sky after an almost failed attempt from Brandy, because he rolled pretty low.
I rolled like a 12 and a 13, yeah.
Yeah, it almost didn't work. But it's almost a full moon, you're near an incredibly large body of water, and you nat 20 to talk to your god, so you had a lot of things working in your favor, luckily. Below a 10, it would have definitely failed.
Yeah.
Nather is currently in front of you guys, kind of gesturing for you to come out across the water with him as you feel yourselves slowly lifting up.
As they are starting to float away, Brandy will say to, specifically Aviath and Shui, but, to everyone,
remember, we gotta keep our names, quiet. So, probably refer to everyone as their, animal names. Probably would be best.
So I'm Fox.
I'm Wolf.
I'm a bear.
And I'm a jackalope.
You can say rabbit if you want, if that'll be easier.
He's like a jackalope.
Yeah, oh, yes.
a jackalope.
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 He says all of those things.
He's just trying to get one pronunciation. He's like, if I say all of the ways I think it can be said, I'll get it. For sure.
As they're floating off into the distance, he's like, Jackalope!
Jackalope!
Like it's a fucking verbal component for a spell or some shit.
Jackalope! Nather would just turn over his shoulder and look at you all.
That black goat has been making appearances again. I would be wary of your time here.
So especially don't say our names, guys. Please, God.
I mean, it can't... It can't hurt us, right?
No, it can't hurt you, but it can follow you out.
Yeah, let's be real careful about that, huh?
All right, got it, Wolf. He winks very obnoxiously.
Thanks, bear.
I just like to imagine just one eye dens.
Yeah.
Not even fully, just slightly. It's like a light bulb starting to go out.
Right.
And you guys continue and float across until eventually you see those gates coming up on the horizon that open up for you, and you glide inside.
Is anybody looking at us while we're doing this?
You can roll a perception check if you want.
Hell yeah, I'd love to.
Shui's having fun floating in the air.
People float off into the water. They're like, am I high?
It's like, no, but they are.
They are. We're same wavelength. What the fuck?
They got a fucking 9.
You don't notice anything.
Okay, cool.
I'm already crying, y'all.
All right, so you guys are now inside the keep.
As they enter, Brandy's just like, oh, I'm transforming! Ah!
No, I would just do a quick reminder for you guys that you are not physically. When you look at yourselves, you are yourselves.
Yeah, I know.
But to everyone else, you are an animal.
But he does it anyway, for a goof.
Woo.
Bless you. It sounded like
fucking
Achu.
beat your ass then.
It sounded like
Yeah.
Achu.
He said a woo, not a chew.
Oh. Sorry. Never mind.
I don't know. I don't care. I just want to be a bear.
You already are a bear, Yaya.
I am a bear. My dream has come true.
We just talked about this.
Well, technically, that's
While
not my
in
name.
here, call him Baba.
Baba the bear.
There you go.
Baba the bear. I
There you
like
go.
that.
See? It works the same.
She was gonna start calling him that outside of the keep.
Babias.
Baba.
Babias? No.
Babias.
No, that's when he dies.
No! Babias. Oh my god.
Theo looks over to Brandy and he's like, they'll call me Fox, but you can call me Foxy.
Does he actually say that?
Shut up.
Yes.
Fucking Brandy laughs.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, this place, what it looks like. It's a very beautiful forest, bright and sunny. There's like a very mild breeze. It smells like flowers and morning dew. Then it's just teeming with life and activity as you come through. And there are the other main areas you can see, kind of the dark, swampy area off to your left. You see the towering form of the olden tree. To your right and straight ahead, you can see the fields that you know that Dara is in, the starry fields.
Shui's kind of bouncing around. He's like, whoa! I love coming to this place. I wonder if Master Libris is here.
Can you stop them with the names?
Master Rabbit.
As long as she ain't here, they don't know, right? So we could say the names of other people so long as we ain't saying their names when we see them.
Libris comes almost every night, yes.
Yeah. Do you know anybody else notable that's here this evening?
Dara's always here every evening.
I figured.
I don't keep track of everyone. Busy, things to do, people to help get here.
Any Fae mayhaps?
Kind of cocks his head at you.
You looking for someone?
I might be.
Who's that?
I'd like to be able to have a talk with Lemony.
No one knows where they are.
Yeah, I figured. It's about as what I've heard, so.
I don't think Lemony's ever been to the keep. Don't even know if they know it exists.
It was worth asking, I guess.
He nods at you.
Wanna go, check in with Dara? See what she's, up to?
Yeah.
That's what we're here for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Theo's two tails wag nervously.
Aviath keeps an eye out for Black Goat as he walks.
Yeah, same.
Those of you who are keeping an eye out can roll perception checks.
I would say Theo is as well because he's nervous, highly nervous.
Shui is not.
Oh yeah, and Theo has whack perception, I forgot.
Whack.
He's a good eye boy.
Aviath rolled a 13.
11. Fuck, man.
25.
Thanks, Theo.
As you are walking towards the starry fields, over to your left where you know that the Forgotten Marsh is, because Nather has told you in the past, you do hear very soft crying coming from within.
Do you guys hear that?
Hear what?
The crying.
What does it sound like? Like what kind of person?
Like a woman weeping.
Looks in that direction, curiously.
Who the hell?
Theo will approach the noise, ?
It sounds like it goes pretty deep into the marsh.
We shouldn't, I don't think we should rush down that way, yeah?
I guess not, but they sound so sad.
I mean, that's fair.
We could ask them to come here.
Hello?
Sounds like the crying stops.
Do you need help?
Don't hear anything.
We might want to get a move on then.
Okay.
If you'd like to talk, you can come out and talk to us anytime.
No answer.
Well, let's go then.
Yeah, let's keep a move on then. Try and find Dara, I guess.
All right.
So you continue into the starry field, the very tall grass kind of tickling your faces as you move forward. And again, as you move into the field, the sky above you that was so bright before darkens very rapidly. It's just full of stars, with an overhanging moon that matches the one that you saw when you entered the keep. That has a little bit of a blue glow to it. Lots of fireflies around the field, lots of life in the grass around you. And you can see on the horizon those hills kind of coming up with the cattle and the large black cow sitting on one of the hills that has like the coat that appears to be filled with galaxies. She is known as the astral cow.
And is she alone?
I mean, there's other cattle around. They also appear to be black cows, but without the galaxies.
Shui sees Dara, and he's like really excited. And he's like, Master Dara!
You see this very large cow turn her head towards you, kind of let out a little snort.
Sorry. Let me discard that spot. I was gonna be like, it's me, Shui!
Oh my gosh.
Brandy snaps your neck immediately.
It's me, Shui, crack! And he's just like, it's good to see you again!
Hello again. The white rabbit isn't with you today.
Shui shakes his head. Nope. We came here by ourselves.
Adventurous sort.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
He's quiet for a bit as he's like pondering how to phrase this question. Winona, the moon spirit.
Yes.
Whenever I try to pray to her, I feel a lot of confusion. Do you know why that is?
My daughter's memories are not with her.
Not with her?
She is but a body trapped in the moon.
Hey, you know what she looks like under the mask, right?
There's like a very long moment of silence where she doesn't answer you.
She looks just like any other god.
Huh. Shui says. Because he didn't expect that answer. And he's just like, really? Because she kind of looked like my master to me.
What are you here for?
I think Wolf wanted to ask you a question.
Don't put me on the fucking spot.
You have a question, Wolf?
Yeah, sorry for bothering you. I have a few, actually. If you could spare a bit of your time, I suppose.
I heard you trying to pray to me earlier.
Yeah, I'm not the greatest at it, but I figured I'd give it a shot.
What is it that you wanted to talk to me about, Wolf?
Well, I guess one I could get out of the way just so, it seems the simplest. Do you know where or exactly who Lemony is?
Lemony of the Lost.
Yeah.
Lemony of the Lost. No. I don't know where they are. They've been gone for a very long time.
Do you know where they last were?
The last sighting of Lemony that I know of was in... what was that city that collapsed? Wick, I think?
And that's the one I'm thinking of, right, Cassie?
That is where Vermona came from.
Yeah, okay, that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah. He gives a nod to that, looks perturbed, nods and is like, I see. Alright, that's good to know. I guess the other thing I had to ask was actually some information that I'd gotten from a different source, I suppose. Someone important to me. I was told that I was particularly sought after by a number of deities at some point. Do you know anything about that?
I know you have the potential to be something very great.
Right.
She's gonna be like, way to go, wolf!
Yeah, he looks back and then looks to Dara again and is like, do you know why that is? Why did they... I don't know. That seems bizarre given my everything.
You are the first of something, aren't you?
I am?
Haven't seen wolves here in a long time. Never seen a wolf like you.
Seems surprised to hear that, for sure. And do you know why I was the first then? I don't understand. I don't remember a lot about what that situation was, but that seems bizarre.
That's something outside of your memories. That's something about before you were born, and how you were born, and why.
Do you know any of those reasons?
I know the thing that brought you into this world had never made a deal before you. And I know a lot of people, not necessarily people. I know a lot of things. We're trying to find you for a while. And they may have brought back things similar to you, but not you instead.
Because I was the first? Is there some significance to that?
Whatever reason you might have been brought into the world was significant enough that a creature that doesn't make deals started making a lot of deals.
I see. That's, definitely worrisome. I appreciate the honesty, though.
I'm not very involved in that situation, but word gets around.
Do you know who I might be able to approach and find out a little bit more?
The one who you're descended from.
Maybe other than that one, we aren't exactly on good terms.
Seems like she is thinking for a while.
There are a lot of beings in the world who have details on things, and I'm not sure which ones in particular would be beneficial to you, or if you even have access to them.
Wouldn't hurt to look, I suppose.
It wouldn't.
So might I get some of their names, or?
They are names that I cannot give.
Ah. Is there any way I can find these names myself?
I don't recommend it.
Is there a reason?
Names are very powerful.
Right.
It's not a matter of not liking what you find, it's a matter of being able to survive it.
Ah. I see. Well, I guess I'll have to look elsewhere then. I appreciate the information, miss.
Of course.
He'll turn back to the group. I think it's about everything I wanted to ask about.
Theo's been at a distance, trembling.
Valid.
But he does kind of have a question to ask, so...
Go for it.
So Theo, trembling in the back, will take trembling steps forward. Excuse me, if you have a moment.
What is it that you need?
Sorry, I had a question about, my spark. If you had any, I don't know if you could, tell or anything about something like that.
Sparks are outside the realm of the gods. We do not have them.
Right. I just thought, I don't know. I guess I just wondered if there's anyone that I could talk to about evolving sparks. Do you know? Because I think that mine did. I'm not sure though, and I don't know how it did.
If your spark evolved, then you already talked to someone.
What, huh? I didn't talk to anyone.
She just kind of slowly starts to lower her head.
I'm tired.
So, okay, yeah. Well, thank you for your time. He bows slowly. And he retreats back behind Brandy.
She kind of looks up at Baba. Sorry, I almost said Baba. Baba. Looks at Baba.
Oh, you won't have to look up to him. He's bowing.
Okay.
As he would with a god.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Because, like, he was the only one who hasn't said anything. That doesn't mean he has to. I was sure you were just like, well, yeah, it's your turn.
Oh.
But he sees that Yaya's bowing.
But Dara just said she was tired, right?
Yeah.
In that case, I have nothing more to say.
You see one, like, tired eye kind of open and look at you.
I have something to say to you.
Oh.
I'm honored, Dara. What is it that you have to say?
Do not pray to false idols in my church again.
Oh, I apologize. I'm just very devoted to my deity.
He didn't catch that. She said false idol.
False idol.
Oh no, he caught that. He's just not gonna be like, fuck you. You know?
Yeah,
Not the time and the place.
Just very slowly closes her eye again.
He got in trouble.
I remembered one thing I want to mention, but also probably not a good idea. I feel like she'll get mad, probably, so never mind.
She kind of got a little testy with Shuey.
Yeah, seeing that shit, Brandy was gonna like open his mouth and he was like, nope, never mind, nope.
Theo's hiding behind Brandy and he's ready to go.
Yeah. Gives a little bow to Dara and is like, thanks for your time.
She appears to be sleeping.
Well, that was useful, I guess.
I would note, before you guys came into the field, Nather flew off.
I figured.
He's got things to do.
Let's, head on out then, I guess.
Sounds good. Let's head on out. Wolf? Does really dumb wink again.
His voice cracked and that was...
He's crying right now. We start to head out, I guess.
Okie doke.
Can Theo look back at the place where the crying was coming from? Is there crying again?
You can roll a perception check if you want.
15.
Very faintly, yes.
He pauses when they walk past that again, and he just kind of looks out onto the forgotten marsh. And he's like, it just looks so gloomy. No wonder whoever's out there is upset.
You hear it again?
Yeah, it's faint, but...
That's where Master Libris and I met Mizuni.
Do we want to go look in that direction, or should we just head on?
Well, the sirens worship Mizuni now, right?
Yeah.
If we try to cross the water and get to the ship, what if they catch us? Do you think they'll hurt us?
You can't see Theo's human face of just expression falling, like, oh. But you can see his tails go like, oh god.
I think if we move fast enough, we'll be fine.
Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but danger is inevitable when adventuring. That's just something we'll have to accept.
We'll just have to we'll watch each other's backs carefully,
I'm gonna talk to her.
Talk to her now? Now?
Yeah. I think maybe we can, I don't know, figure out why the sirens worship her. Or tell them to not attack us.
Didn't you say she's the trickster goddess? Yeah, I don't know if we wouldn't just be making ourselves a target if we requested to not be targets.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I don't mean to shoot your idea down. I worry about beings that are all-powerful, you know?
Fair.
Should we roll a history check?
Okay. I just rolled a 14.
14? I would say, having Theo pointed out that crying to you a couple times and listening to it, there is something within you that feels very sad listening to it in particular. Just very emotional.
She starts crying.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
Right
I didn't. Again, I didn't mean to shoot your idea down.
No, it's that crying. It sounds. He's gonna not finish his sentence. Instead, he's going to bounce off towards the boys.
Hey!
Jack, well, he'll trot on behind him.
I will follow. And Aviath just stays there.
I'm going home to take a bath. I hate this place. Calling Claytor a false idol. Fuck this place.
I'm going to a place where Claytor is the real idol.
Just shouting across the field, "Fuck you!" And then he's like, "Nather, where are you? Nather, quickly!"
Nather, take me back. Nather, please. She's gaining on me.
Can you imagine a giant fucking cow just running across the field?
Fuck.
As the Vibe's just standing there, like with his arms out, like,
Nather, I'm
please.
waiting, please.
God.
And then he gets punted. No.
And he gets fucking trampled.
Yeah, before Vyeth leaves, Vyeth will just kind of shrug and say to himself, like, well, just looks like we're going to be a target all the way. Might as well try talking, I guess. And he goes towards the crying with Shui and the gang.
Shui and the gang.
Shang. Gooey.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So going into the kind of like marshy area here, you are approaching where Libris took you last time, Shui, back to where like these deep black waters are in this kind of swampy landscape, and you see the water in tune to the crying appears to be kind of like filling itself continuously with electricity.
Hello?
The electricity immediately stops in the water, and so does the crying. And you kind of see deep within the water, like the form of the eel that you know as Mizuni kind of moving very deep under the surface.
For some reason, he's kind of familiar with this, sort of, kind of?
In a very strange way to you.
So yeah, Shui looks down into the water. Was that you crying?
You see the water kind of spark again for a moment, before very slowly the head of that eel comes out of the water to look at you. And blinks, just water rolling off of its form.
What do you want?
They learned, talking to Dashi, that Fisk disappeared in water.
Disappeared. That's a nice way of putting he got murdered.
Mizuni is the goddess of water, but you know that she resides in Mirror Depths, which is a lake.
Do you know what happened to Fisk?
Who is that? You aren't here with your rabbit.
We came alone.
You are such a stupid jackalope.
Hey, don't be rude.
You see the water kind of light up again with electricity.
Let's not.
Fisk is a sea elf. He disappeared in water over a decade ago, and now my master's being accused of murdering him.
You think I know every soul that loses itself to the sea?
You don't?
There's just a very long pause at that.
If that's all you've come to ask me, you aren't going to get any answers.
Why do the sirens follow you now?
They don't have a mother. They flocked to someone who understood what that was like, in some sense.
Squints.
She is gonna try to look past, like try to peer into the water some more and see if she can find, or see if you can find anybody else, because her crying is not sure if it was Mizuni or not, but
It looks pretty deserted here.
Well, Shui's done. He kind of backs away. I'm not going to do it either, just so you know.
You see the water light back up again.
I won't stab Winona.
She's just kind of staring at you. The water is just continuously going off with electricity. You hear a hissing.
Maybe we should go now.
She kind of maintains eye contact with her, challenging her almost. And then he turns the other cheek and bounces away.
You just hear her kind of call out at you when you turn away.
Just wait until she takes something from you and you'll change your tune.
Oh.
The one who wanted to gift you a blade but was too slow.
It's true, and she's upset now. Well, he's like, all she needed was a little bit more time. And then you tricked me.
Why did she choose you to give a sword to?
What's that supposed to mean?
You are so naive.
Shui is not to be underestimated. He's tougher than you might think.
Papa!
Just remind me real quick. Winona was the one that was supposed to give Shui a sword, right? Yeah.
Yes, and Mizuni got to him first.
Right.
And she just kind of, you see her tail, the end of the eel kind of flicking in the water as she looks at him and squints. And is just like...
She always picks people that don't make any sense to give such strong weapons to.
I would beg to differ.
Then why do the people she gives weapons to keep dying?
Everybody has to die eventually.
They die rather quickly.
Well, we'll make sure that doesn't happen then,
You see her just kind of slowly start to slink back into the water.
I imagine if you gave him a sword, then you give, some sort of a shit about him, huh?
I just want what was taken from me back, that's all.
And what was taken from you?
Then you see the water kind of light up for a moment as she's staring at you.
My child.
And then she dives under the water.
Yeah, that's what I figured it was, but I wasn't going to say it. Brandy just sits there for a second before he'll turn around and follow the group.
Theo is shadowing him.
All right, and you guys start to leave. You can make another perception check, you guys, if you want.
Boy, more stuff to see. 17.
I'll give it a shot. Fuck it.
Leviath got 24.
Good job, Leviath.
What do I see with a 4, Cassie?
Nothing.
I got 9. What do I see with a 9?
I would say Leviath is actually the only one to notice this. As you are traveling out of this swampy marsh, you see kind of very off to the side, sitting by itself, a top hat.
A top hat!
Ears prick up.
Hey, that's Master Peter had that.
Runs over. Without even saying anything, fucking bolts over to it.
As you kind of run over to it, you see it kind of start to topple away.
Hey, come on now!
And it disappears behind the bushes.
I look behind the bushes.
I would say it takes a moment. You see that hat kind of sitting down on the ground, kind of shaking back and forth for a moment, before it just suddenly whoop, rises up, and almost like a magic trick, you see him standing in front of you with his little cane.
Oh, fuck. He's just a person here?
He's just a person here.
Oh, hey, partner.
Hello, what are you doing here?
I was asking, I could ask you the same thing.
Just taking some time off.
That's fair. I was, asking some questions and whatnot, I guess, about my own past.
You thought really hard at me yesterday, I felt that one.
I did. Yeah. I appreciate the help.
Were you trying to pray?
I was trying to, at least.
Not really big on the prayer thing.
I see. Gotcha. Is there something you are, into, I guess?
Maybe put on a show next time.
A show. Alright. Yeah, I can do something like that.
Oh, by the way, can the others see this right now, or is
Literally, I was like just waiting for you to finish
I was
your
gonna
like
be
little
like-
conversation and
I was
be
gonna
like,
be
I would say all of them roll a wisdom save.
I got a nat one.
Oh my god, Chewie.
You have advantage on wisdom save, Shui.
Oh, you're right. Oh shit.
So, did anyone get below a 19?
I did. I got 17.
Okay. So Theo, to you, just looks like a floating hat.
Huh.
The other two do see it.
You talking to a hat?
Can they not see you?
Sometimes they can.
It appears Theo can't see him.
I see.
See who?
My, patron.
Oh, I wish I could see him, I guess. Or maybe not.
I'd love to say nice to meet you, but he can't hear me either.
He says it's nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, nice to meet you too. Thank you for taking care of him. And he'll do a little bow.
I love
At the
this
hat.
man.
She's like, hey, do you know Master Peter?
Peter, yes. One of my showmen.
Showman.
I knew it. I saw him with that top hat.
Oh, that was me.
What?
Me. This is me.
And he points up at the top hat.
Oh, you're a top hat here?
No, I'm just a top hat, in general. Usually.
She eyes crossed. No.
What you're seeing is just a physical representation. Something to make it a little easier to talk to me.
Oh. Hey, did you teach Master Peter how to make poppers?
Yes!
Shui like bounces. I love those.
They're quite fun, aren't they?
They are?
You know, he really loves it when you put them off outside of his window at night.
Does he really?
Oh, yes!
What an asshole. God.
Shui says, oh, I bet that'll surprise him really good.
Oh, it will.
Brandy's trying so hard not to laugh right now.
Were you coming here for Peter?
No.
Ah, I was going to say you just missed him anyway.
He was here?
Sort of. Not anymore.
Gotcha. Hey, well, I got you here. I guess I got a couple, or one or two questions. One, Peter's a paladin, right? Is he a paladin of yours, or is he,
Paladin of something else. He's multi-talented.
I see, and are you into the whole paladin thing, or,
Never had one. Don't usually attract that sort of folk. Peter's an exception.
Can I be that exception too?
Literally.
Well, Peter isn't a paladin for me. He doesn't want to devote anything to me.
would you be interested in having a paladin of some kind, or?
Oh, my own paladin! Maybe the other gods wouldn't be so tight around me.
Yeah, I don't know, been considering it.
I've never tried one before. I'd be down for giving it a shot. Might be a little rough around the edges.
Gotcha. Well, I'm up for trying something new, I guess.
A magic man paladin, that does sound a little funny.
Your name is Magic Man?
That's what I'm known by sometimes.
Magic Man. That sounds so cool.
Thank you.
Theo leans over to Aviath and he's like, what's going on?
Can Aviath do a religion check to see if he knows who the magic man is?
You can if you want.
Because his behavior would change drastically if he knows.
He's like evil or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blasphemy.
A 22.
I would say he is not a figure that is very well known at all. I'd say his appearance sounds like something you may have read about in your early, like, studies and stuff like that. More so described in, like, eldritch studies.
Okay. I don't know if I find it necessary to bow then, and if he'd be super respectful. My guess is that this is Brandy's patron from the conversation.
Yes, I gathered that much. I guess I just feel out of the loop since I can't hear half the conversation.
Oh, well, Brandy's just discussing being a paladin. It looks like he's gonna take an oath with this deity.
Blasphemy, I say.
Right. Is it especially scary looking, or?
Define scary.
Oh, you're going to hurt my feelings. I wore my nice suit for this.
Theo doesn't hear that, so he's just...
Yeah. Aviath says, he looks unusual, but he certainly doesn't act scary.
Unusual, says the bear with wings.
Aviath laughs at that and it's like, you've got a good point. I like your suit, though.
I like that Theo, from this conversation, fucking hears Aviath being like, he looks unusual. And then just hearing just dead silence for like fucking 5 minutes is like, ha, you got a good point.
Theo looks lost in his little fox eyes and he's like, maybe I will just go over there if I can't understand anyway. He'll wander off to a tree or something.
It's a little funny that was the one that couldn't see me.
Is that right? Why is that?
Very strong potential in that one.
Oh. I mean, yeah, I figured Theo, if any of us probably is like the next chosen one or what have you, based on what Arthur was saying. While I have you here, you wouldn't happen to know where Lemony is, would you?
Lemony the Fae?
Yeah.
Why are you looking for that one?
This is, call it a bit of a catching up I want to do, based on, my whole shit before I,
Oh, right. Last I heard of Lemony, they were in Wick. A couple centuries ago, back when,
Yeah, that's what Dara was saying.
They don't pop up very often, never did, even before they were here.
Ah, gotcha. Well, I appreciate the help.
Of course.
Always a pleasure seeing you.
Pleasure seeing you, too. Well, pleasure seeing you in person.
Right.
Did you have something else you wanted to talk about? My time here's about up.
Oh, you're on limited time.
Is there something you're hinting at me, Cassie, to ask about?
I don't know.
Cassie, help me. You fucking asshole. I guess the question you could ask is,
I was I guess I found out. I didn't really know. I was the first, apparently.
Oh, yes, the first Abagrim tiefling.
Ah, right. Why?
Your parents made a deal.
With Abagrim, of all people?
They, didn't think they made a deal with Abagrim.
Oh, shit, that's right. They thought it was... Well, I guess that's kind of why I'm looking for him. They thought it was Lemony, right?
The family resemblance is striking.
Family resemblance. I see. Gotcha. That's, it's good to know, I guess. Even more reason to try and seek them out.
Is that all?
Do you have any other fun new tricks?
What do you constitute a trick?
Do you have anything... something flashy?
Something flashy.
You see him kind of like pick up his cane a little bit, and like the top end of it with like the gem on it starts to kind of glow a bit, and he spins it around and then just kind of puts it into the ground, and you see the entire swamp just kind of changes from this like very dark blackish gray color to like hints of like purple, and like all of these like strange looking flowers and things start coming out of the ground as he's looking at you.
Oh, shit.
The fucking thing was, I was gonna be like, Theo's investigating vegetation right now. And
then suddenly...
like, literally, he went off to do that.
When you are currently, you're looking around, one of these flowers pops up, and it's like folded in on itself, and it just goes poof, and a bunch of like glitter goes off in your face.
She's like, whoa, that was amazing.
Just a little parlor trick.
That's a one hell of a trick.
Well, there's no one in this swamp anymore besides that stick in the mud.
Right. Well, I appreciate your time. I'll talk to you again soon, I suppose.
Sure. Any luck getting that radio?
No, we haven't seen Arthur anywhere.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he's kind of gone off the radar since we talked.
Oh, good. Wonderful.
Is that, yeah, I don't exactly have a great feeling about it either.
He's just like this. I'm sure he's pouting somewhere.
I see. Well, hopefully we run into him.
Hopefully you do run into him.
He'll give a little nod and be like,
Well, I'll let you get on with your business then.
You just see kind of like the white line on his face open up a bit, like he's smiling. And you see him kind of like tip that hat forward, and it rolls off of his arm, and as it does so, his whole body kind of like fades out and into the hat, and the hat just starts to roll off.
gives a small nod as it rolls off. And then we'll reapproach the group.
Be like, sorry about that. I didn't expect to see him here.
Theo also approaches the group again, like his little
covered in glitter
fox paw. Yeah, his little fox paw, like patting at his face. He's like, God, this place gives me anxiety. Are we good now?
Yeah, we can get out of here, I think.
All of you feel something run very fast past you.
Oh, fuck, what? Fear?
Let's
Fear?
go.
What is it?
You can roll a perception check.
He was right about to say there's nothing to worry about, but then he got interrupted.
Oh my god.
I rolled a 15.
15? Gotcha.
Theo got 21.
Oh, I got 18.
I got an 8.
Okay. That's funny. So
I have a feeling I know who the fuck it is.
so anyone who got 15 and up, I would say.
So everybody but Brandy, thanks.
You see kind of running right past your group, that black goat.
Oh, let's get out of here, guys.
And it kind of skids off in front of your group from the opposite direction that you guys were going. So it was going into the marsh and looks back at you all with just very bright violet eyes.
Theo immediately grabs Brandy and tugs to leave.
Who got the highest score?
Theo.
You see that goat kind of turn and look towards your group and cock its head a bit, and you see its mouth open, and it looks like something is coming out of its mouth, like a very shiny, sharp-looking blade.
Oh, fuck.
That is a weapon. Let's go.
It's got a weapon, what?
The black goat is here, and there's a knife, and let's get out of here.
Hey, get gone. We don't need to deal with you right now. This is a safe space.
So you see kind of as they've directed your attention towards it, this goat is directly looking at you with its like super bright eyes, and you see that blade completely extend out of its mouth as it's now grabbing the handle with its teeth. Just a very bright purple blade with silver markings on it, and it kind of cocks its head at you.
Do you want another one?
get the fuck out. I'm so done.
I'll hold him back. You all can go without me.
Dara, no!
Here's a question. Can I summon my blade in here?
You can try.
I try.
You can.
Oh, that looks cool as fuck, to be honest. Like, you just see this big-ass wolf with a fucking broken sword in its mouth and shit. Ugh, love it. But yeah, he will summon his sword.
He's like, I'm fine with this one.
That one's broken.
You who I think you are.
Maybe.
Why don't we exchange names then, friend?
Haven't talked this casually with you in a while.
Right. Why are you offering something like that?
You want it, don't you? Don't you want to kill me? I'll tell you, the only thing that can do any kind of damage to me is the thing that's in your mouth right now, but that doesn't look like it's all in one piece.
Right.
So do you want another one?
What are you trying to get out of this?
You see it just kind of set that blade that it has in its mouth down on the ground and look up at you.
What I want isn't any of your concern, but if you want to hurt me, I would take this blade.
Fuck, dude. I really want that sword, though.
It's purple.
What are you talking about? Let's get out of here.
Can I get anything from looking at that blade right now? Like, what does it look like? Does it look similar to anything I've already had, or does it...
The one that you had before looked kind of like an inverted version of this, where it was silver with the purple veins on it instead.
I think I'm, okay right now, thanks.
Suit yourself.
And you see it kind of bring up one of its hooves and, like, slap it down on the ground.
Guess I'll give it to someone else then.
I'd love to understand what you, got going on, but you seem to have made it pretty clear you, ain't too happy with me.
You made a deal with someone I don't like very much.
Is that right? Well, sorry, but, he helped me quite a bit, I would say.
I helped you.
You did, but it wasn't, exactly the help I needed.
But no one else helped you. He didn't reach out and grab you. Up until you already made a mistake. At least one that he thinks is a mistake.
It was a mistake. And one I ain't keen to make again.
Well, you know what they say. History repeats itself.
For those who don't learn from it.
And he'll turn around and fucking look to Theo.
You're like, yeah, let's get out of here.
Theo nods with the determined eyes and drags him off.
You would note, I would say, Shui, that the goat kind of turns and looks towards you when they're kind of walking off at that, and cocks its head at you, and is just like,
Really is too bad you came this late. You just missed him.
and then he starts running off.
You fucking asshole. My God. I wonder where he is.
God damn it. Shut up. Oh my god. I hate it here. Shui, is kind of looking like, what?
We should get going, y'all. I don't want to turn around and see him trying to use that kind of thing on, us.
What was that sword?
Nothing too nice.
So you guys kind of go out into that first field that you were in when Nather took you here, and you wait around for a bit, kind of until not a super long time, because you guys have been here for a while at this point, before eventually you see the dove with 4 wings flying overhead and very slowly resting on a tree branch near you all.
Did you have a good time?
Stellar. You mind taking us back?
Of course.
and you see him kind of unfold all of his wings and start to kind of flap them a bit as this gold dust goes around you all, and you start to feel yourselves float up a bit as you see those silver gates appear again and open up for you and carry you through.
Is that wonderful Abergrim still looking at us all?
You can roll a perception check.
Ooh, that's a good one for once. 20!
20, yeah. You see that goat kind of moving around in the marsh, and you see as it kind of ducks underneath one of the branches and goes behind the tree, a snake comes out on the other end before it kind of goes off into the brush.
Fuck!
As Shui, is taken off into the gate. He's just like, fuck.
Well, Shui didn't roll for that. That was just Brandy.
No,
I know,
yeah.
but I'm just saying.
He just feels it in his soul. Does the snake acknowledge us at all when it sees us?
I would say roll insight if you want to get any more from that.
Okay. No, 7.
Hard to read. It does, I would say with your perception, you can't really see if it's looking at you or doing anything like that or paying attention. Does look like it bites itself before it goes into the bush.
That's valid. Gotcha. Ready to go.
All right. You guys are all carried off.
Thank you to our patrons, Vessel, Mr. Bakudan, and Jessica Long. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Speaking of which, if you haven't left a comment on episode 1 of the series, please do so. It helps us show up in search results a lot. Until next time, fellow Sparks.
Taste your content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption.